Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over Google Ads, which is something I've never talked about on my channel. There's actually four main parts of this video. The first part is going to be why you should be running Google Ads and how beneficial they are, and there's plenty of reasons why you should be running Google Ads. Second part is how to actually install the Google Ads. So we're going to go into the computer and I'm going to show you on a new inactive Google Ads account that I have that I never used, how exactly to install it, how to use the code, how to install the conversions, and how to do all that. Then we're going to talk about the different types of campaigns that you can have with Google Ads. Finally, we're going to talk about the ad creation with Google Ads, and I'm actually going to go on the computer and physically create Google advertisements in front of you guys so you guys can see exactly how to do it. Let's talk about the first thing. Why should you be running Google Ads? And I'm going to bring up a screenshot right here. As you can see, this is from the Google ad platform, and this was actually a shopping campaign from a store previous to the one I'm working on right now. And this was just one of the shopping campaigns, and this was like I think it was like a 2-month time frame. So ignore the bottom where it says total account. Just look at the top. From this one campaign, we spent $441 to generate $2,326, which is a 5.9 ROAS. This is from the branded search campaign for the same store. So this was just another campaign. As you can see, we spent $1,200 here to acquire back $6,715 for a 5.58 ROAS. So then at the bottom, the account total for just this entire Google Ads account for all the campaigns I've ever ran, we spent $1,600 to generate $9,000 for 5.5 ROAS. So as you can tell, the Google Ads are extremely profitable. Like, that's just pure money coming in the door. And I'll explain more about why Google Ads work so well and how to set them up that way. But one thing I do want you guys to understand first and foremost is I was actually forced to shut this store down. So I was forced to shut it down early December of 2019. I'm filming this in February. So if I was able to continue running Google Ads, I estimate that this store in terms of Google ad conversion value would have been past 50,000 because I was really silly. This was actually my first time actually running Google Ads well. I've ran Google Ads like a total of 3 or 4 times on 3 or 4 different stores, but this was the best time for my last store that I just did. And I was still learning a lot of things. I made budget mistakes, I made ad mistakes, I made a lot of different mistakes that I know better now. So that being said, if this store was able to continue running, I would have had a little bit more experience running ads with Google. But either way, I still think that this is enough to kind of get you guys started. And I'm sure that 99% of people watching this would love to spend $1,600 and return $9,000 for one of their stores. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that today. But let's talk about a few things first. So why do we run Google Ads? Well, first and foremost, because they're extremely profitable. That's enough of a reason in and of itself. Second reason is that Google Ads are much more consistent than Facebook. So if you increase the budget, it's not as risky as it is on Facebook, where you don't know if it's going to be a good day or a bad day, and it's super volatile. Google Ads is usually really consistent. When I was running them, I remember always going between like a 4 to 5 ROAS or 4 to 6 ROAS every single day, and there was really no negative days. So Google Ads are extremely consistent. The next reason is because you're cleaning up your own customers from what you're paying for. So I know that doesn't really make sense the way I said it, but when you spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, basically a lot of people are seeing that brand. A lot of people are getting impressions to whatever you're going to spend money on. And so they're going to know it's going to exist in their mind, but they're going to go and look around on the internet for proof that your brand is legit. And this is a real thing that happens. So most times they'll actually go to Google and they'll just type in whatever name they saw on Instagram if they want to do more research on your brand. And if you're not running Google Ads and you're not ranked #1 in SEO because you're not sending enough traffic, so Google just doesn't rank your site yet, they're going to find another competitor of yours and maybe they'll go on their website, see that it's better, and buy from them. So you don't want to do that. You definitely want to be running Google Ads, because if you were running Google Ads, the search campaign that I'm going to teach you guys how to create in a few minutes would be the first link that pops up, because Google will always favor, if a business is running a search ad for its own business name, Google will always prioritize that. So if someone were to type in Apple, for example, because they saw an ad for Apple, and then wonder more about the company and go on Google and type in Apple, the ad would be first, and then they'd click it, and then one of our competitors wouldn't get our conversion. So that's one reason. And the second reason is because you're already paying for the traffic on the front end, right? And it's just people are kind of getting lost in the back end, and you want to just make sure you're redirecting them back to where they belong for a very, very cheap price. So if you think of Facebook ads as like a snow plower, you know, on the little edges, there's always those little pieces of snow. Google Ads is just a shovel that picks up the rest of the customers and makes sure that, you know, the driveway is completely clean, if you guys get that analogy. Last and final reason is for brand validity. So if people see, this kind of goes with what I just said, but if people see that you're running ads on multiple platforms, they will immediately become way more trusting of your company. You know, Google ads, Facebook ads, maybe they see a YouTube ad, they'll like immediately just, they'll know that you guys are more professional than the people that look like they're scamming. So finally, I want to give out a little shout out to a YouTuber that is primary, like he's really, really good with Google ads. And I actually know him personally. It's this guy right here, Charlie Brandt. If you guys want to know more about Google ads, Charlie definitely knows more than I do on Google ads. He's definitely spent more money than me. And he's a smaller YouTuber here, so make sure you guys go check him out. He's one of my personal friends, and he's a really, really smart guy, especially smart with Google and Facebook ads. So definitely go check him out after this video if you want to know more. And yeah, let's get right into actually setting up the conversion tag. I'm on here on my Google Ads account, and creating a Google Ads account is easy. It's fine. I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. The most important thing you're going to have to do is just set up your payments and typing in your website name and doing all that. The most important thing is setting up your conversions, because if you don't set up your conversion action, then Google won't know when you get a conversion, and therefore it'll misattribute and it won't make any sense. You can't run any ads. So when you get into your Google Ads account, it's going to look something like this minus the campaign. Just go to tools and settings, and if you don't see that, it's going to be, you're just going to have to switch to expert mode. There'll be a button up here, but go to tools and settings and then go to conversions here. It'll come with a pre-conversion that it already set up for you, but it's not going to be useful. So then click the blue plus sign here and then click website. And then we're going to go to purchase, and our conversion name can just stay purchase. And we're going to use different values for each conversion. For count, select every, it's purchases, so each of them are valuable in their own way. And then you can leave that and then click create and continue. Then you're going to click on install the tag yourself, and you're going to have two site tags or two tags. You're going to have the global and the event snippet. So take this global site tag, and then we're going to go to your Shopify store. So I have just a random Shopify store that we never used, and it's just like a base Shopify store. There's literally nothing on it. So go to settings and go to checkout, and then scroll down here where it says additional scripts. Go ahead and place that global site tag over there, and then hit enter a few times. Go back and select this code here, then place it underneath that, just like that. That's fine. So yeah, that's good. Click save. And then there's one more thing we're going to do. So we're going to change the value here and the transaction ID. If you saw on my screenshot earlier in the video, the conversions were a little bit weird, just a little bit off, and they were a little bit misattributing. It wasn't by much, but this is going to actually fix that. So I'm going to put these two codes in the description below. And all I'm going to do is just going to swap out one of these codes. So if you go into the description right now, you'll see the exact code that I'm going to swap out. So there's a value one and there's a transaction ID. So I'm going to swap this out like that. And then I'm going to swap out the next one, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they do. So I'm going to swap out the transaction ID. And perfect. So the purpose of swapping out the value part of this code is so that the conversion is liquid, and this basically makes Google track way better because it's a liquid conversion. It's not like someone purchases and it counts as one. Someone purchases and it counts as whatever they purchased for. So the conversion is much more accurate this way if you replace the code. And then the transaction ID, this is just replaced so that duplicate orders don't happen. So once again, to replace the code, it's down in the description. Just go ahead and check it. Replace it just like I did, and you should be fine. So once you guys are done putting those codes into the checkout, you can come here to online store and then go to themes and click actions, and then click edit code on your theme. Wait for that to load, and then you can go and click on theme.liquid. And as you can see, this is the header of theme.liquid. Right below the last line of your header, you can go ahead and paste both of those, the global and the event snippet, and click save. And that's just going to throw the global tag on every page in your site. And after that, you should be good to go. It's just time to go back to Google Ads and finish there. Come back to Google Ads, sorry, and click next, and then click done. So it's going to take a few hours to verify. If you want, you can go do a test purchase and that will speed it up. So just go in your store and create a discount for 100% off and check out, and that'll be a test purchase. And then wait a few hours and come back to us and make sure that the tracking status is verified. And if you guys have any problems, just reach out to the Google Tag team. They have a help number right there, and they'll help you implement it. It's pretty easy. Okay, so the last thing you guys want to know, and I should have mentioned this a little bit earlier on, but when you create a new Shopify store, you actually get a Google Ads credit. So if you go to discounts on your new Shopify store and you go down here, there's going to be some information. I don't have it on the store because we already claimed it. But on the bottom here, where on discounts, you're going to see something about Google Ads and about claiming your credit. So go ahead and claim your credit, and then when you're setting up your Google Ads account, you can apply that credit, and it's $100 of free Google Ad spend. So you guys definitely have to do that. And if you guys want, I actually have the Shopify trial link in the description. Should be like the first links. So make sure you go and get the Shopify trial, and then once you get that Google Ads code, you can copy it and apply it to your Google Ads account when you make it and get $100 free. But other than that, we can actually go into the campaigns now, the creation, what they mean, and how to actually build the ads. We are in Google Ads right now, and I already have the campaigns tab selected. So just follow me here and then click on this blue plus, and we're gonna do new campaign. Then we're gonna click sale. And then now we're gonna be prompted with the 4 types of campaigns we can do. So we can do a search, which when I do a search campaign, I do a branded search campaign. So when people are searching for it, they're usually looking by typing in the name of my brand because they saw it on Facebook. And then there's a display campaign, and the display campaign is just running different kinds of ads across the entire internet in image and text form. So for example, if you're shopping for something and Google picks up your code, or and you go on another website that maybe doesn't get a lot of traffic that sells ad space to Google, sometimes you'll see like the Google shopping ads over there, or I'm not the Google shopping ads, the Google display ads. So display ads and search ads are definitely very crucial in the beginning. And then shopping ads and video ads are also something you guys should be doing. Anyway, we have shopping ads. Those are like at the top when you search for a product on Google, you have like the price and the reviews, and then like it's a bunch of competitors that you can slide through. And then video is obviously just YouTube ads. And you guys know all about YouTube ads. So we'll go ahead and click search and start with the search campaign, and we'll just make a search and a display campaign today because those are the essential ones. Click website visit, or we're just going to do pair because that's our brand name for this example, and then click continue. And for the name, we're going to do branded search. When I'm scaling my stores, I usually start in the US, then I go to T4, and then I go worldwide. So you can set United States if that's all you're gonna be running Google Ads to for now. I'm gonna leave it at English. My ad's gonna be in English, and I don't wanna target anyone that can't understand it. So we're actually not gonna have to do audiences for search campaigns. We're just gonna have to do keywords. For budget, we're gonna go down to $5 a day. Now let me talk a little bit quickly about the budget. So a lot of people ask, how do you know when to increase the budget? How do you know when to leave it the same or decrease the budget? With Google, just start off with a $5 to $10 budget. Give it like 10 days to run. And you know, this should only happen if you're already running Facebook ads doing this method, right? So if you're not running Facebook ad, don't just do what I'm doing right now, because the whole point is to run Facebook ads and build up a bunch of traffic and momentum, and then to just clean up with Google. So you can start with $5 a day, but you know, when you're getting like 20, 30 purchases a day through Facebook, you can definitely bump that up. You know, you can just post it every few days, but the budget's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like a retargeting ad, like a really profitable large retargeting ad. If you're going to be doing Google primarily and not Facebook, then this video is probably not the best for you. But this, like I just said, this video is good if you're running Facebook ads and all kinds of ads. We want to focus on conversions. We can leave that alone. Now, ad extensions, I'm going to be doing this at the end of the video. These are very important, so you guys should stick around and we'll talk about that as well. Go ahead and click continue. Now we have our ad group, which is going to be like our ad set. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm just going to put branded keywords. And as you can see, there's different ways we can put them in here. So there's, if you do nothing, a broad match. If you do it in quotations, a phrase match, and then in brackets is exact match. So for the keywords, I'm going to actually do all three. So let's type in pairs like that, and I'm going to copy it, paste it 3 times. And then for the second one, I'm going to quote it, and then brackets. If your brand has 2 words or it's not just 1 word, you want to do the same thing but with 2 words together and then spaced. So, but only if it's like shop pairs or try pairs. You know, if my brand was eatpairs.com, I could do one like this, eat pairs, and I could do one like this, eat pairs. And then you would do the quotations and brackets for both of them, so you would have more keywords. Just keep that in mind. We're gonna save and continue, and now we get to create the ads. I already did this before the video because I don't wanna spend a lot of time thinking about this during the video because it would be boring. I have a notepad here, and basically these are like what our ads are going to be made up on Google. So there's brand legitimacy, which just gives people the idea that you guys are a real brand and you guys are an actual business and you know you guys care about your customers. So this is very, very important. There's bold claims. Bold claims are really good at grabbing attention. So I wrote up some bold claims for this brand. There's features of our main product or the product that we're creating ads for, and then the benefits for the people, you know, whoever wants to buy it. Just all of these are basically different ways to get people onto the site. That's what we really want. When people see Google Ads, it's visual and they get to choose from whichever one they want. So we want to win them over and we want them to click on us all the time. So these are some of the ones I drafted up. You guys could literally go into Notepad and just do brand legitimacy, bold claims, and all of this, and then really think about your product and then populate this. We'll go through it together and you guys will understand what I mean. This is just the name and the trademark symbol. So you guys will see that. I'm actually going to make the first ad right now. So I'm going to drag this off screen and I'm going to get working on this ad. Our first headline, we're just going to do the simple one, which is the name. We're going to do pair, trademark, and then official site. You'll see a lot of big companies, that's all they have, just like that. For the description, all you have to really do is describe your product. A lot of people don't even read the description. They don't wait that long. They just click on a link if they're actually curious. Don't be lazy. So I'm just going to put So I just put something random. I put the PearPod Pros have over 2,000 positive reviews and then used for up to 4 hours on a single charge. Again, it's not that hard. I don't want to talk about it that much. You guys just have to come up with creative, attention-grabbing descriptions, give benefits, all that. Now, we're going to start doing some different stuff. I'm going to keep pairs in there, but I'm going to bring in some bold claims. Best headphones of 2020. And then we're gonna just do like mix and match the best headphones of 2020 bass boosted. I'm gonna keep the descriptions the same and I'm gonna save and continue. So I'm not gonna do 3, I'm only gonna do 2. You can create up to 5 for this campaign, but the only reason I'm gonna do 2 is because you guys get the idea. You're gonna just mix and match these headlines, features, benefits, bold claims, and it's going to look good. Let's go ahead and go to branded keywords as a campaign, and then you can see one of our ads are here. So head over to ads and extensions right here, and you'll see the 2 ads that we just finished creating. And then you'll see this responsive search ad, and it says recommended. So the responsive search ad is basically the dynamic ad of Google. You know, Facebook has dynamic ads. Google has them as well, where you give it a bunch of data of all kinds, and then you just let it do its thing, and it chooses which one of them to mix and match depending on who's looking for your product. So responsive ads are amazing. They're insane. They're very, very good, and you guys definitely have to do it. So I'm going to populate this really quick with all of the ones that I did before this video, and you guys will see what it does. As you can see, this little ad strength guide here actually tells you how good your ad is for the dynamic option. So you want to make sure these are all checked off. So obviously it wants me to add more descriptions. I finished adding the descriptions. You guys can pause and look around at this, but I already showed you the notepad, so you guys should know how to just kind of populate it based on your own brand. But we're going to go ahead and save this ad, and it should be good to go. You can see we have our 3 ads now. One of them is the responsive ad. Now we're going to make a display campaign. Go to all campaigns, new campaign, sales, display. We're going to do standard, pair.com. Change the name to display campaign. United States, it's fine. English. Automatically maximize conversions. We're gonna start this one at 10 bucks a day. Let's go ahead and create our ads for this one. Our ads are gonna be just a little bit different. I'm sure you guys will be able to do just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and click add images and logos. And I'm gonna need to upload some. So I have some images that I downloaded for the time being, just to borrow them and use this really quick. And now we're gonna going to sort these images. So I'm going to use this as a logo. I'm going to use this as an image. Going to populate. If you guys want to add a video, you can. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to bring over all the headlines, and then you should see all of the ads filter through right here. And for the descriptions, you're going to do the same thing as you did for the search campaign. You're going to populate it all the way. And then just finish populating this campaign, and then that's pretty much all you have to do. So I'm actually going to go and turn these both off. Now you guys know how to set up your Google conversion tracking, and you guys know how to set up the 2 basic campaigns that you should have, including the responsive ad, which is dynamic and which is really, really beneficial for Google. So the last thing I'm going to show you is a little bit about site link and the little callout extensions that will help your CTR with Google Ads. We're going to go to branded search at the campaign level, go over to ads and extensions, and then click on extensions, and then we're going to create. What this is basically you can come in and populate this with links to your site, helpful links. So imagine the pages that you create when you're dropshipping on Shopify, helpful pages, track your order, how it works, FAQ, shipping policy. And then you can give some descriptions. You can even, if you have like articles on your page, or like some sort of science, or how to use a product, or like refund, any important pages, or things that you think could get people onto the site, you would put here. So for example, track my order, and then you'd put the URL to track your order, and you've ordered with us recently. You get the idea. You can track it here, just create like a little baby description. But these are very important. I highly recommend that you completely fill these out and then save it. And if you guys want to do like a price extension or a call extension where you have the number, and you can actually get verified through Google, and then even get reviews, which is really, really good for CTR and brand legitimacy. People would literally be searching up your product on Google, and they'll see like verified reviews with 5 stars. And that would just be really, really awesome for you guys. So make sure you guys go around, make sure you check out Charlie's channel, because he knows a lot more about Google Ads than I do. The link to his channel is down in the description, along with his course that he just released. So make sure you guys go check that out. Other than that, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Seb, SEBB. You can DM me there, interact with me there. I'm going to be coming out with some pretty cool videos in the future. So I'm really excited for you guys. Yeah, I'm just really excited. So make sure you stick around, make sure you subscribe, please leave a like on this video. And other than that, I think that I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.